going with?
I thought it was fine. What was wrong with it?
It's whatever.
What was wrong with it?
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it. Alan didn't like the picture we took to start the podcast. I don't know why. It looks like about 95% of the rest of them.
Am I losing my hair?
I've been hacking up stuff all day.
My man. My man Mark, MP in the house. Hello, Rosa. Hello, Michael. One of our wrenches. Araceli, stronger and wiser. Hello, ACNC12, Laurie Joe. Hello, Linda. Bethany, wow, on time. Very good. Coming from somebody who's never on time. Hello, Tiffany, April. Jakob, welcome to the room. Filing into the auditorium, taking your seats. Hello, Palm Momable. From where I was sitting, it looked like Porn Mom. I'm like, whoa, we might need to knock that person out of the room there. But no, that is a legit visitor. Hello, Army 63B. Hello, Dot Para. No relation to Frank Para in Lubbock, Texas, I'm assuming. Hello, Karma, Rosa, Ina, Patty. All right. Hello, Lori. Kelly working on content as we speak. Hello, Rachel. All right. Rachel, what do you do on your way home from work? Got us on the Bluetooth in the car? Is that how it's working?
What? Oh.
Get it, babe. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him. Hello, Dana. DD.
If I complete.
All right. Okay. Good deal, Rachel. Lori, you have a baby nephew. Very good. Congratulations. That's awesome. Hello, Estella from California, I think. How's it out on the left coast or west coast? Hello, Joan B.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Don't look at all my stuff.
Okay, guys, you ready? You want to do a little something? You want to do a little podcasting on International Podcast Day? Oh, that's not good, Estella. You said they're on fire.
Who's on fire?
California is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
Every
ready
year, right?
You guys ready to strap in? Strap on? Hold on to your seats. Take one for the team. Let's do it. Let's see here. Have we got a podcast for you? We do, really. We've got some good stuff. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Okay.
All right.
Give me a little something.
All right. Let me just put this in red so I know what I'm doing. Last minute. Busy night. Busy day. Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. I think I have water in my ear from a shower. Test 1 2.
Zig Steinine. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Zig Steinine. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Zig Steinine.
He's a huge motivational speaker.
That would be Zig Ziglar.
I know.
Not Zig Steinine.
I know. Welcome to another episode of the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast, which we happen to be recording on International Podcast Day. I am Kelly Raspberry Evans. This is my international podcasting husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, Alan. Hey, trade. In the house. What does that mean?
Well,
You're international does that mean I'm an international looking man?
Well, you are half Filipino, but we do have people listening internationally.
Good eye, mate. Yeah,
our
friend Sam. I know
it's always fun to hear from people when they're listening in other parts of the world.
We have a listener from the motherland in Germany, I believe. Mm-hmm. Saudi Arabia. We've gotten mail from people in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's fun. Military people find us.
Absolutely.
And they're all over the world.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thank you for listening now when you're hearing it, it's the day after International Podcast Day, but every day of the
No,
year.
wait, no, Mr. President, get out of here. Give me that. Hello.
What's happening?
Hello, Kelly.
Wait.
Hi, this is President Trump.
Oh, wow.
How are
I'm sorry.
you? Well, no, don't be sorry. I am going to do this podcast.
Well,
on an international podcast. No, it is my turn to talk, Kelly. If you would please.
Oh.
No, it is my turn to talk.
Okay.
I will do this podcast.
I will show
you. Kelly.
Okay.
Show some respect.
I'm trying to, Mr. President. Yes.
Well, I don't have a lot to say. I just wanted to interrupt you a few times.
Well, you've done a very
okay. Well, okay. I hope I've made my point.
You did.
I've made several points, and I want you to know that it's my turn to talk.
Can I?
Oh. Okay.
All right.
I'm leaving now.
Can my husband come back and join the conversation?
I guess so. Okay. Here, you jackass.
Oh my, the language.
Can you believe that guy?
No, I can't. I can't believe the president.
What is up with all the name calling? All the name calling by these two candidates. Using foul language.
It's just shocking.
It is shocking.
Especially for someone like you.
Yes.
Hearing or speaking such things.
He came in here, bogarted my microphone.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And that's about as political as we get on the A Sandwiches and Lovin podcast.
Well, not really. Because one of the bits we're going to do, and maybe we should just
We're doing bits?
We're going to do bits. Kelly and I, we're going to play a drinking game.
We were,
and I made a list of, and we're referring to the first presidential debate between Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump, who was just in here and
bogarted
my microphone. Well, we made a list of things that we were going to look for in the podcast.
Yes.
So here's the list.
Well, during the debate.
Or I'm sorry, during the debate. And this was the list we made. Okay, for Joe Biden, Kelly and I came up with, we were going to take a sip every time Joe Biden said, listen or look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, look.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Or come on, man.
Right.
Or mentions President Trump's mismanagement of Corona.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that'd be a big one.
Yeah.
President Obama mentions.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that would be a big one.
This is before the debate.
But this is before the debate. The number of times Biden had like a gaffe, just kind of forgot where he was or couldn't remember his wife's name or something like that. Or said, here's the deal.
Yes.
Okay. That was our list for Vice President Biden.
Right.
For President Trump, we were going to take a sip every time he mentioned Hillary, said the word huge, like not huge, huge, said nasty. Every time he made a silly face, like a really strange looking face. Mm-hmm. Every time he said China virus. Every time he said fake news. Or every time he talked over Chris Wallace, the moderator.
Well, that we'd be,
we'd be on the floor.
Poisoning. So but he didn't do the other things you thought he was going to do.
So we decided not to sip. We decided just to put tick marks next to these things. Mm-hmm. And we had so many tick marks next to the interruption, we gave up.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was frustrating to watch. I don't like that. I don't like the interrupting and all that. But then again, that's the dirty side of politics, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't know.
So that's his.
Maybe I'm not. Is it more of a masculine thing or it's sort of like when I'll tell you. It
was like a scorpion and a frog.
Stop it. This is why I stopped watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because when the women would fight, it wasn't about who was making a better argument. It was who screamed the loudest until the other one stopped talking. And it made me have so much anxiety. Now, the cast has flipped probably several times
since
then.
Which one is it? Atlanta.
It's probably flipped, and I could probably give it another try. I know Nene's gone now. She's not coming back. But that's why I kind of give up on those shows because I don't mind watching people argue as long as, take turns.
What about Portia?
Portia's still on there. Portia was my former Dish Nation when I used to be on TV.
Dish Nation!
But that's the thing. It was like whoever yells loudest until the other one just gives up and stops talking. And that's just a frustrating thing. So not getting political about it. I was just a little frustrated and disappointed, as many people were. I think after it was over, whoever your guy was, you were going to defend his role in the debate.
Oh, you're a guy.
So if you were a Joe person, you just praised Joe for how he handled it. If you were a Trump person, you were mad at the moderator. You're mad that, he has to yell to get his point across. I don't know.
Wow. Hard-hitting political commentary.
That wasn't hard-hitting.
Kelly Raspberry Evans.
I was so excited about the debate.
Gosh,
we
were both excited. We thought this is going to be fun. Yeah.
It's
to watch.
Fun because, to see the little back and forth jabs, it's fun. And I popped a big bag of microwave popcorn. I'm telling you what, if you haven't tried the Kroger brand microwave popcorn, it's really good.
You should have seen Kelly. She sat in her chair. She faced the TV. Okay. I'm sitting to the side, but she faced kind of away from me, looking at the TV. She rips open this bag, starts just jamming it in her mouth. And I hear she's smacking them.
Loved it.
And then I look over at her and she's just like,
yeah.
And then she looks over at me and smiles real big. And then look back at the TV. And this was before it even started.
I was so excited.
Oh.
It was like, it was supposed to be my evening's entertainment. And then it just left me feeling sad and upset.
Well, you're not going to feel sad and upset after today's podcast because today's International Podcast Day.
The day we're recording it, yes.
The day we're
September
recording
30th.
Yes. Today.
Moving into October and all that October brings.
Yeah. So we have, we got some good stuff. I think Kelly's got something she wants to share. I have not seen it.
You're trying. You keep looking at my screen.
I have a game we're going to play. That should be kind of fun. We like games.
We do.
People love games.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about. Do you remember that?
Oh, along with that game, we have a new bit Kelly and I are going to do and see how successful this is. I think it'll be kind of fun, actually.
I'll tell you about it when we get to it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you how we came up with it.
It's intriguing. We're going to do a little swapping. And then I have some letters, just a couple, just two letters.
So let me start with clearing my throat. Y'all, this is the cold that will not go away.
That's your second foul. You need to take a 5-minute break.
Don't know what's going on. I just can't shake it. But I did go today to the office because boss man said we're going back to work.
Hey man,
we're going back to work next week. And he said, they can't force you to take a COVID test. So if I don't take the COVID test, I am free to continue working at home. But if I want to go back into the office and work with my fellow Kid Craddock Morning Show co-host,
National Syndicated,
I have to take the COVID test. So
hey, Kelly, this is George. Hey, are you coming to work?
Well, yes, sir. I'll be there Monday.
You're going to be there Monday? Okay.
If I pass the COVID test.
Well, you need to take a freaking COVID test. You going to take that?
I did.
All right. Hey, when you come back into work, you want to go get some sushi? How about bluefish?
I'd love that. That'd be great.
Maybe me and Sean. Let's go lunch.
I want California rolls and jalapenos.
Okay. All three of us. Let's go lunch. I've missed lunching.
I missed that too.
I'm a big luncher.
I know. I missed you so much. So I did that. And, the reason I haven't gotten a COVID test, number one, is I haven't exhibited any symptoms of COVID, except for everybody's you've been coughing your head off.
For a month.
But you can get a cold. I haven't lost my sense of taste or smell. I haven't felt anything except this nagging cough, okay? Which Alan gave to me.
Not true.
It is true.
Not true. How do you know I gave that to you?
Because you got your cold and then I got it right after you. Anyway, I digress. So I go up there today. I didn't want to take it because they shoved that swab up to your eyeballs through your nose holes. I was like, I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? I'm not that curious. I did the COVID antibodies test when I gave blood. And because, I was giving blood anyway, they could test your blood. I was negative for antibodies as of August 22nd. I got this cold about a week after that. Okay. Could it have been COVID? I don't think so. But now you can spit in a cup. And so but in order to get enough spit to fill the cup, how do you get spit in your mouth to build up?
Well, it's pretty easy.
How do you do it?
I just start.
I chew my tongue.
I don't do that. I start
tongue.
collecting it from my cheeks.
I chew my tongue. It's gross, but that's what I do. And I spit 3 times. She said, that's enough. And then I got a flu shot.
Chew your tongue.
Yeah, that's how I get saliva going. So I did that, got the flu shot, and I have felt.
You got your flu shot today?
Yeah, it was, I haven't had a flu shot in years, but I figured, you know what? The way 2020 is going, why not go ahead and get it? And, it was, boss man was paying for it.
Amen.
So I did that. And I have not felt well since. I've had that. And people say, you can't get the flu from getting the flu shot, but you can still feel really icky.
Yeah.
I felt icky ever since. My arm hurts.
That's true.
My glands feel like they're swollen. I've been massaging my glands. I just haven't really felt well ever since. But
Kelly is
if I don't get the flu, I don't get the flu.
She's a very delicate flower.
I am very delicate.
She needs optimum conditions and comfort levels.
I like to be comfortable.
Yes.
And who doesn't?
I like to be comfortable.
I think I like to be comfortable more than most people.
Well,
in your opinion.
I think a lot of people like to be comfortable. They just have a little higher tolerance for being uncomfortable.
No, I have a high tolerance of pain.
No.
I have
comfort and pain.
I know,
different.
I'm telling you, but I don't want you to think I'm a wuss. I have a very high pain threshold, as I have been told by several people who have done procedures on me. They'll stop and look at me and like, "Are you sure you're okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I can handle anything if I know it's temporary. It's going to be over in a minute. I can handle it."
This is a bunch of bull.
It's true.
We were somewhere just 3 days ago.
Okay,
and
you call my doctors.
No, and I touched your heel.
True.
And you're, oh my God, don't you know that hurts like when you do that? And you threw this big fit. And I'm like, whoa,
You touched my heel.
Easy. I was trying to give you some love on your calf. And then I kind of massaged your Achilles tendon.
You're hitting my bone.
And then you freaking panicked.
I didn't panic. I said, because I
was trying to give you some of that love.
I love you very much.
Yes.
But when you start like rubbing me or something, you'll hit a bone.
Uh-huh.
And I try not to say anything, but you just keep doing that same place. And I have to say something because it starts to hurt.
So wait a second.
I'd rather you caress me gently, but then you'll hit a bone.
You sound like these two presidential candidates. You said one thing is one way, and then you just 5 minutes later said, no, it's the other way.
But babe, if I'm having a procedure by a doctor, it's one thing. When you're giving me love strokes and it hurts, I can tolerate it, but I'd rather you move somewhere else and rub me somewhere else that feels good.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's my point.
When I give love strokes and they hurt, sometimes that's just the way it is.
Oh, God. All right. So anyway, a couple of weeks, beyond all that, if I said enough about my day today?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe 3 or 4 podcasts ago, Alan got a bit upset with me.
I did?
Yes, you did. Because I said... I was sitting there watching Christina on the Coast. This is Christina.
Oh, this was a Kelly Clapsback.
Yes, I guess. I was watching Christina on the Coast. She was the one that she still does.
You were jealous of her husband and her life.
She still does Flip or Flop with her ex-husband, Tarek. But then I was just watching her show, and she's got this beautiful house in California. And the weather, I don't want to live in California, but the weather is so beautiful.
Why don't you want to live in California?
I just don't want to live in California. It's expensive.
Why don't you want to live there?
Because I'd rather live anywhere else.
Forest mismanagement. But anyway,
you know how people in California have outdoor living spaces?
Spaces!
They literally have like living rooms set up outside that they can actually use because they have rainy seasons in California, but for the most part, it's always beautiful weather. And they're beautiful people. And she's designing houses and she's doing all these things I want. And she's a beautiful girl. And she just had married a guy with a British accent. And I said something to Alan about how I was I was like, man, she has just the best life. Mm-hmm. What did I say? I probably said
I'd have to refer back to the clapback, but it was something like,
I wish I had her life.
I wish I had her life, and gosh, her husband's so sexy, the British accent, yada, yada, yada. Yeah.
Well, guess who's getting divorced?
Well, I'm assuming.
Not us.
I'm assuming Tarek's
Christina and Ant, the second husband.
Ant.
Anstead. His nickname is Ant. He's Ant.
That is not a good nickname for a guy.
Well, that's what it is.
That's a bad nickname.
Well, it is what it is. And
you can't say that.
He and Christina, they got married. Okay. They started dating in October of 2017. They had a surprise wedding in December of 2018. They told everybody to come to their house and they were going to go out and look at Christmas lights or something, but surprise, it was their wedding. And then she got pregnant. She had a baby. She's got this new TV show, Christina on the Coast. And this is my point. No matter how pretty somebody can look on TV or in their Instagram photos, or, there's all smiles and everything looks so great. You never know what's going on behind the scenes.
So what you're saying is everyone is just a little Bonnaroo.
So I'm very Bonnaroo. I just took a shower and have no makeup or a bra again. I've got an aversion to makeup and bras in quarantine. but I'm going to start wearing one on Monday when I go back to work. But the thing is, is like we can all sit there and envy what somebody else has when, and I really wasn't sitting there. Alan was teasing me a little bit about, I don't complain about our lives. We have a great life and stuff. But when you see somebody on TV, the blonde hair, blue eyed, living the California dream with her man with a British accent, it wouldn't hurt every once in a while if you talk to me in a British accent.
I do. On every podcast, I say, good eye, mate.
That's not the same. You know what I mean?
Does he run her avocado toast? I run you sausage and eggs in here all the time.
You do. You're very sweet. But
I do everything he does just on a little more like a 3/4 scale.
Right. And I don't know what led to the breakdown of this relationship. I've kind of got my suspicions. He didn't want it. He's saying that this was her decision, but he has 2 children from a previous marriage and they live in England. And I know that he's very close to them and he probably does a lot of back and forth. And I know he had to be in quarantine. He wanted to see his children so bad. He couldn't go for the longest time. And then he went to England and had to be quarantined for 14 days before he could see them physically. And of course, she's not doing that. She's staying behind in California for her TV career. She's got the new baby. And I think that's probably all just kind of like it imploded.
Well, that is a long way from California to
England. Yeah, Liv Tyler just quit a TV show. She was doing Lone Star 911, which is the most hilarious, hysterical, doesn't mean to be funny show on television, but it's just absurd. But she was doing last year, she'd fly in to film in California, fly back to England, and she could do that. But now with the quarantine, she's like, I can't. So she gave up her job, gave up filming. So I'm wondering if that had something to do with it. I don't know. But I just wanted to say all that to say, honey, I'm very happy I'm married to you. And, obviously I don't want to be going through a divorce like Christina Ant
Why
said.
are you bringing all this up?
I'm just saying because you got upset about that. I'm just to make a point.
This was like 3 years ago. I don't even remember
It was like just a handful of podcasts ago.
Well,
my whole point is things are not always as beautiful as they seem on the outside. You can have a really big, pretty package with a pretty bow that somebody meticulously wrapped. You can open up the package and it can be dog poop, So it's not about what's on the outside. It's what's going on the inside.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my whole point.
Okay. I'm with you. On that point. I've talked about that too on this podcast. Things aren't always what they seem on Instagram.
That's why I don't try to make my Instagram too pretty.
Yeah, you're not a big photo editor.
I don't care about that.
No.
I don't care about I just don't want to look, I don't want to look horrible.
It's okay to throw a color filter on just so all your pictures are uniform.
Yeah, I could do that, but I don't care.
Even I do that, babe. It doesn't change the look of you. It just changes the brightness and increases and keeps everything like uniform.
Yeah, I'm just not big on filters and stuff. I never want somebody to meet me and think, oh my God, she doesn't look like she does on her Instagram. They're like 9 times out of 10, you look better than you do on your Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
By the time they see me in person, I've got on makeup and a bra.
Most people see us, and they go, wow, y'all are tall.
Yeah, we're big people.
Yeah, they're always surprised how big we
are. Yeah.
We met that little gal met that gal in Fort Worth and did a breakfast place. Mm-hmm. She wanted a picture. We got up in there and she was up to like she was where my armpit is.
Well, maybe we're not big people. Maybe there's just a lot of little people in the world.
That's probably it. We're normal sized. Everyone else is small.
Take that into
Speaking of, I had coffee I caught up with 2 friends today. Caught up with my friend David, who we went to his magic show. We had lunch together. We had pho together.
I was very envious.
You were jealous. Yeah.
We had envious, but I had a lot to do today, including COVID testing.
Yeah. He did some magic tricks for me. Oh, he gave me a new one.
Oh, good.
So I got to learn that it is a killer. It is so cool. He did it for me. I'm like, I have no idea. And he revealed the secret. Well, usually he doesn't. He makes you go learn it. Whenever I see him in person, he brings me one.
That's nice.
But he didn't tell me how to do it. He goes, you saw me do it. I'm going to do it one more time. He did it. He goes, here you go. Figure it out.
So you don't know how he does it still?
I kind of know how he does it. So now I have to practice it. So anyway, I caught up with David and then I caught up with my friend Valerie, my Val pal, who I hadn't seen. She was my best man. No, Cole was my best man. She was like my
She gave a speech at the.
She gave a speech at our wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend Valerie we used to work together. But that's the first thing I said when I saw Valerie. I'm like, are you shrinking? I mean, Valerie's about 5 foot, but I had my boots on. So I was.
Oh, Alan's loving. He will wear his boots. He was just walking around the house in his boots the other day.
I wore him to the damn gym.
It adds like 2 or 3 inches to you.
Oh, I love them.
Which I love if I'm wearing my flats because it makes me feel even more petite.
I can use every inch I can get.
Yeah, I was really happy when I married a man a couple inches on me. That was great.
Hey, barefoot, I'm still taller than you.
I know, but still, when you put on the boots, you're even taller.
Yes.
I put on heels now when we go out. We don't go out that much, but now we're starting to get back in the swing of it. And I've been so used to wearing house shoes, bedroom shoes. I keep calling them bedroom shoes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Bedroom shoes, house shoes. And when I put on heels now, I feel like a gargantuan woman.
Well, the large studios, the large, you said gargantuan. I said the large. The live studio audience is raising their hand saying, how tall are you guys? Well, I'm 6'1", flat-footed. So with my shoes on, I'm like 6'3". And then Kelly's 5'9". You put your heels on, you can be over 6 foot.
Yeah, I was 5'9.5". But maybe if I start doing all these neck stretches to get rid of my hump, maybe that'll make me get my 1/2 inch back.
Imposing. We're imposing frames too.
I loved being 5'9.5". But now I'm not.
Well, you're working on your humpy back.
I'm working. Maybe it'll give me a 1/2 inch back. But you know what else I'm working on? Last night during the debates, whenever, even though they were yelling and stuff, there were times when I got a little bored. And sometimes when you're sitting in the house, or you're in line at carpool, now that that's starting to get back in the swing of things, or if you're going to a doctor's appointment and they're spacing everything out and you're like, gosh, I wish I had something to do. Whip out your phone.
Whip it out.
And play a little Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Yes, it's free to download. And it's a lot of fun. It's not something that's going to get you all mental, crazy, and upset. It's like a casual mobile puzzle game. And I don't know. I just love solving the puzzles and getting past the levels, because the more levels you get past, the more little cute characters you get to collect. And what I love about Best Fiends too, is they make it seasonal. And since it's back to school time right now for most everybody, my daughter just told me she's ready to go back to face-to-face learning. It's a new semester at the University of Minutia. And I'm helping Rose welcome everybody back to class. And once I complete all my tasks, Theoretical Rose is going to join my team. So that's the thing. You get to collect cute characters to help you defeat the slugs. And that's the point, because the more slugs you beat, the higher levels you get, the more gold you collect. And it's just a lot of fun. And you do get, every once in a while, it takes you a few tries to get through that puzzle, but you'll figure it out. You just know, I got to swap out my different characters, because they have different powers and different levels. And once you swap them out, you figure it out and you move on to the next level. So it's really a lot of fun. Like I said, it's free to download. It's got over 100 million downloads so far. And so why haven't you given it a try yet? I've been talking about this for how many months now? Come on, it's time to give Best Fiends a try.
Download the Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And I believe that is supposed to say download the Best Fiends app free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Easy breezy and a lot of fun.
Wow, you should have just finished that spot off. Huh?
I wanted to have you participating.
Why you even had me do that?
Because I want you
to feel like I
want you to feel like you're part of the podcast, honey.
Thank you.
As you've told me, I talk too much as it is.
No, you don't. Well, I'm part of the podcast, and I'm going to bring a little show content. So here on International Podcast Day, we wouldn't have a podcast if it wasn't for listeners.
That's true.
We'd be sitting here talking to nobody, right?
I feel like half the time we are.
Hey, sometimes we may be talking to nobody. I don't know how many people listen. A few do. But I asked our listeners on my Instagram at thealonzo1971. I said, hey, let's play Would You Rather. I love playing stupid games like that, silly games like that.
But they're always hypotheticals.
But they tell a lot about you when you have to pick, would you rather this or that? So I got some really interesting would you rathers on my Instagram, and I thought we'd go through a couple of them. Okay. Some of them are just for me, but some of them we can both answer.
Okay.
You want to try that?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll ask you the ones that could be for both of us. And then if there's one for just me, then I'll answer that.
Y'all are going to see how bad I am at playing games right now.
Okay. The first one is from Leslie. She says, would you rather be rich and alone or poor and in love?
Poor and in love, as long as I've never been rich and lost it, right? Because once you have money and lose it, it's a lot worse. But I remember there were times when I didn't have a lot of money and I was fine. The more money you get, the more stuff you get, and you get used to the stuff. And then when you can't afford the stuff and the stuff starts going away, you're like, oh, but I really like that stuff. But when I didn't used to have stuff, I was fine. So I'd rather be poor and in love.
Same. Because everybody I've ever seen that's rich and alone has been miserable. I mean, I've known people like that. Yeah. But then you watch movies like No Country for Old Men.
I haven't seen that.
That dude was miserable. Howard Hughes. That dude was miserable. I mean, they had so much money. Miserable.
And they didn't know who they could trust and who really loved them for them.
Right. They lived in their homes and they just went crazy.
And how poor are we talking? Too.
Yeah, that's true.
Put a number on it.
Rather cry in a Porsche on a bicycle.
In theory, I'd rather be poor and with someone in love.
Okay, that's a good one. Here's another. This is from Casey at Casey Craig. Would you rather eat undersalted or oversalted French fries?
Under.
Really?
Yes.
See, when I get the McDonald's French fries and they don't have a lot of salt on them, they taste. I'm like, why am I eating a potato? It tastes like a raw potato.
But for you, extra salt is adequate. But I have been to a restaurant before and it was so salty, I could not eat it. And it was like one of my favorite dishes. And I just couldn't eat it because it was literally making my lips like wrinkle as I was eating. Can't eat that. I'd rather eat it undersalted.
One of the things that caused Kelly and I the most harumphing at each other was one time
when one of our first fights.
Yes, when she wanted to stick her mitt in my popcorn. And then she told me how my popcorn should be salted.
You put too much salt on it.
It was my popcorn.
But it was too much salt.
It was my
popcorn. So now
popcorn.
we've learned that we just get separate popcorn in the movies. Yeah. But you know what? When I had my mommy makeover many, many years ago, it was in 2008. My doctor told me if you really limit your sodium, that will help you in your healing because you get real swollen after, any of those surgeries. And so I cut sodium a lot out of my diet. And what you find, and Alan, I think this would be good for you too. I don't have an issue with high blood pressure, but too much sodium is bad. Alan salts stuff before he tastes it. Is you lose your taste for that much salt and you start noticing the natural salt and stuff. Like I pretty much cut it out. I forget how many milligrams. I could ask him how many it was. Was it 200 milligrams of salt? Is that low sodium?
I don't know.
But anyway, I start tasting the natural salt in like a piece of fruit. And then once I started eating salt again, I'm like, oh yeah, that's too much. But then guess what happens? Your taste buds get acclimated again. So anyway, undersalted.
This one's from at 10473 who happens to be in the live studio audience. She says, would you rather be on a beach, at a nice resort, or at a lake?
At a beach at a nice resort, if it's all inclusive.
I'm a beach guy. I like the lake. But give me the beach
with a big umbrella.
Yeah.
I need to have that amenity. I need to have the umbrella and SPF, a lot of because I'm not really a beach person per se because of my skin and burning. But if I have the palapa and I have the all-inclusive lovely gentleman or gentlewoman running me drinks all day as I'm sitting on the beach, fully shaded. That's my choice.
Kelly is not a beach person. I wouldn't call her your stereotypical beach person. Mm-hmm. But every time I've been to the beach with Kelly, she's been very pleasant.
Thank you.
Very pleasant.
Thank you.
I
try really hard.
She just puts a gigantic hat on, big sunnies, slathers on the Bullfrog 80, and she's good and gets under the umbrella. She's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's from at Roll Back and Run. Would you rather ride a horse or walk an English Mastiff?
Oh, I'd ride a horse. Is a Mastiff one that attacks a lot?
A Mastiff is a big dog, like a big dog.
I'd probably ride a horse. I'd be very nervous about it, but I'd probably rather ride the horse.
At Roll Back and Run, I'm out on both those scenarios. I don't like big animals. I hate big animals. They scare me. I think they would stomp me. They're so strong, they could just squash you. So I am out on either one of those.
I understand.
I don't want to do either one. A horse bit me when I was small. A German Shepherd attacked me when I was small. I'm out.
But you got to pick one.
I'm out.
But you got to pick one.
Sound like a horse. Give me the
You take the Mastiff.
give me the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the dog, I guess. Okay, this one's from @Shannon Greenbrooks. She asked, would you rather Kelly clap back or be silently annoyed?
Clap back.
Well, Shannon, these two happen every day.
Yeah.
I hear clapbacks. Sometimes I will immediately document them. Sometimes I am slightly annoyed. Let's be real. A lot of times I'm slightly annoyed.
Yeah, as am I. But if I was just silently annoyed, you wouldn't have material for the podcast.
That's right.
So you'd prefer a clapback.
I prefer a clapback, I think. Oh, gosh. Okay. This one's from @Haley_sharp_. Would you rather accidentally poop your pants at a Rangers game or always be mistaken for a woman?
I'd rather always be mistaken for a woman.
Well, I think she meant this one for me, but I'll tell you what, @Haley_sharp_. I've pooped my pants in public before, so I'd rather do that than be mistaken for a woman.
That was before you were an international podcast star and people might recognize you.
Oh no, I've done it since then.
And people have recognized you?
No, they didn't recognize me after I pooped my pants, but sure, yeah.
When's the last time you pooped your pants?
I do that probably every 6 months. It happens.
Alan.
What?
Really?
Why are you looking at me with disgust?
Because I'm kind of believing you.
No,
Alan has a very weak constitution.
No, I do not. That is probably the biggest misrepresentation that Kelly has bestowed upon me in the entire time we've done the podcast, is that I have this real gentle stomach. I really don't.
Then what is your issue?
I have a cast iron constitution.
What is your issue that sends you to the bathroom?
Sugar and gluten.
Okay, so you're sensitive to those things.
Yes.
So I'm right.
No, if I eat the right things, I'm fine.
But when you don't.
When I don't, I immediately have to pinch up my butt cheeks and run to the can.
So I'm right.
Well, you're not. It just depends on my diet. Okay, enough of poop talk. This one is from @PaigeElliott8. Would you rather live without internet, no service or Wi-Fi, or heat and AC at your home? Now we live in Texas.
That's the problem. It's not the heat; it's the AC.
We could hack it in the winter.
The summer
we would end up we would just die.
I couldn't. It'd be a matter of life or death.
Live without internet. I'd be okay with that.
I think you'd get used to it.
You'd get used to it. Yeah.
Because we have gone on like a diet, an internet diet when we travel or something, and we're fine. I would choose to keep the AC over all else in Texas.
Yeah.
Man, I'll never forget. It's like if your air conditioner is going to go out in Texas, it's always going to be in July or August. Always. It's just the nature of the beast. And I remember one time I had a baby and McKelly was just a toddler and I had a nanny living with us and we could not breathe in the house. So we had to have the whole air conditioner unit. And the man was up there working and he came down and he was about to have a heat stroke. I'd never seen somebody come that close. I just knew this is bad. He was like delirious and I gave him an apple and water because I figured, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Instinct. I was like, here, eat an apple. I thought he could use the sugar or something, but it was so brutal up there. Thank you to people who do that in the summer. Cause that's a dangerous job.
Okay.
In Texas.
Would you rather, this one's from @BetRNETTR. Ooh, okay.
Better.
Would you rather give up coffee or give up meat?
I'd rather give.
So you'd be a vegetarian or give up coffee? Really?
Well, I mean, I like a good hamburger every once in a while.
Does fish count as meat?
Yeah, that's meat. I mean, I could give up.
That's a tough one.
I like coffee. I like the ritual of coffee, You know
what I would do? I'd keep the meat and I'd give up coffee and just start drinking tea. Yeah. I'd get into tea.
Yeah.
Because you can drink warm tea.
Yeah, hot tea.
Be like the Englishman.
Hot tea, yeah.
Good eye, mate. Yeah. Okay. Would you rather, this one's from @_Mira Masita. Would you rather not shower for a month or not eat for a week? That's easy.
I've done both.
That is, yeah, that's true. That is, you've not eaten for a week?
Yeah, that was when I was having my eating disorder.
Oh.
It was bad.
That almost kill you.
Well, you can go a week.
No, it's water. You
Yeah.
You can't go 7 days without
Yeah,
water.
you can go
30 days.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was going through my stuff.
Oh, that's not good.
I would probably, if I don't have to be around anybody, I'd probably not eat for a week because that's real funky. I've gone a couple days during quarantine because you're just laying around in your pajamas all day.
Think about how healthy your hair and your skin would be though if you didn't shower for a month.
You'd be so stinky funky.
You would. Absolutely. You could smell your own pwit. But
have you heard of the people that stop washing their hair and what happens? Have you heard?
What does it do?
You just use water on your hair. Your hair, initially it freaks out. You go online and look it up.
What happens?
Now your hair like freaks out. You'll start like flaking and all this stuff. You'll get like this waxy buildup and stuff. Yeah. You have to read it online. But once you get past it, you don't put any more shampoo to your hair ever. And your hair, it becomes like what it's meant to be.
Oily?
It goes through that phase. Read it online. Google it. I didn't know we were going to have that come up.
No, you got.
I didn't know we were going to have that come up, Alan. I'm telling you, I remember Googling this a long time ago because I remember when Emma Kelly was a little girl, was a baby. They said, "Don't wash your hair because once you start washing it, that's when you're going to need to keep washing it." Is anybody with a baby, a recent baby, hear that? Because the more you wash your hair, the more it needs to be washed. So I've noticed that I've gotten down to where I can wash my hair where I used to wash it every day. I can now go maybe once a week, but twice a week with dry shampoo and different things like that. But they were saying, this girl, she says, I gave up shampoo. It's only water. I go to the salon to get my hair done. And she said, I had to, until I got the right person, I have to fight with them. Do not put shampoo in my hair, just water. But I don't know. I'm not testing that theory. If y'all want to do it, you can, but Google it.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Okay, here's another from one of our very best customers @Bethany_Gene2. Another eating question. Would you rather eat only fruit and veggies or only eat meat for the rest of your life?
Oh, I'll take the fruit and veggies. I love vegetables. I love them. And you can fry them.
That's a tough one.
You can make it like meat. Certain vegetables you can make, give you the consistency a little bit close to it of meat. I'm not giving up roasted Brussels sprouts.
Seriously, on a serious note, I wonder what would happen to your body. Like, people are vegetarians all the time. They eat fruit and vegetables and they're fine. But are there people that only eat meat? Like, not just protein, but just meat.
Well, the Atkins diet, people can take it to the real extreme. I remember my yoga instructor when Atkins was all the rage when I was doing yoga.
But people do that to lose weight. I'm talking long term.
Well, she said she would do the yoga class and you could smell the meat as they sweat.
Ew.
The meat would sweat through their pores because that's all they were eating was meat.
Do you know what animal, this is animal trivia, just kind of related. Do you know what animal in the animal kingdom has the highest ratio of muscle to total body weight?
Muscle to total body weight. I'd say a horse.
The lion.
Oh.
And I'm wondering if that's because the lion, that's all they eat is meat. Like, is it because they eat all that meat that's the way their body is, that they're all meat, like muscle?
I don't know. It might have something to do with the fact that they don't eat off. I mean, when they eat a lot.
Eat a lot of meat, and then they don't eat for a while.
And they sleep all day.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know that, but they're also animals, so their physiology is different.
Horses have a lot of muscle, though.
Yeah, they do. There's not a lot of fat on a horse, is there?
Anyway.
Okay, you want to do a few more?
If you like.
Okay, well, this is fun. I kind of like this. Oh gosh, this one's from another one of our very best customers, and it makes you cringe a little bit. This one's from @Sin Galvan. Hello, Sin. Would you rather make love in your in-laws' bed or at a mattress store? Sleep experts.
My in-laws' bed.
No way in high holy hell am I doing that. Give me all day, every day sleep experts. I don't care if there's 10 people walking the store, watching my butt go up and down. I'm doing it in sleep experts. I ain't doing it in Jerry Raspberry's bed.
Yeah, you would.
Not now, not tomorrow,
wash the sheets.
Not next year, not 20 years from now.
So you do it in the middle of a store in public.
Ever.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
No, this is a guy who I'll freely show somebody my rear end. I just mooned our friends just the other day.
You're putting me on display in that scenario, unless you're planning on doing that with someone else.
We could be under the covers.
I'm not doing that.
Just sleep experts.
No.
Sleep
I'm
experts.
I'm going to be in
sleep experts.
Paul and Amelia Evans.
No,
bed.
no, that even
That's
makes
what I'm
me.
doing.
No, oh gosh, that is awful.
Do they have a king size?
Oh,
I've never been in your parents' bedroom.
Have you not?
I've never been back there.
My mom and dad have. They've always had. When I was a kid, you know what they had? They had a California king.
Yeah, my parents have a king.
The California though, is it longer? Or, no, it's
longer.
Is it longer?
I think it's longer.
It was like a freaking barge. It took up their entire room.
Why do we have a king size bed?
Because we like being close. We like being close.
That was when we were newlyweds.
Babe, no, I like being close. Okay, that's tense.
I thought it was a no-brainer.
There are a lot of eating questions. Let's go to some different ones. This one's from @JustAPunk333. She asks, would you rather wrestle a 10-foot python or walk over 100 mousetraps?
I would probably walk over the mousetraps. I would think after the first, it would hurt, but I think after a while, it's just, then it's just pain on top of pain. And as we all know, I have such a high threshold for pain.
Good. That's a good would you rather. The mousetraps are not going to kill you. There is a chance. There's a chance of getting killed by the python, getting strangulated.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. It's like JC walked over Legos, and he said it never stopped hurting. I would think after a while you would just lose feeling, like you get numb, but I don't know.
Okay. This one is from @EmmaCDubCAK. Ooh. Would you rather I guess this is for me. Would you rather wear dad jeans with a braided belt or shave your beard?
Oh, that's for you.
You answer that for me. What would you rather me do?
Well,
you told me the other day I didn't dress my age. What did that mean?
Well, you were
pull back the kimono.
What does it mean?
Pull back the kimono.
You have an entire t-shirt wardrobe. That's you don't dress
what does that mean?
Well, buttoned collared shirts are usually heavy in rotation for adults.
What? I don't understand. I'm not following you.
You just wear very youthful t-shirts.
So all men my age should wear button collared shirts?
No, I'm just saying you're trying to pick a fight where there is none. You wear a lot of juvenile t-shirts.
Juvenile t-shirts?
Yes.
Juvenile t-shirts?
Yes.
Okay. Juvenile t-shirts, guys.
Yes.
I wear juvenile t-shirt.
You asked.
A juvenile is a child.
Yes, something that like a younger man or a man in training would wear.
So if I was going to JCPenney, I would go to the young man section versus the old man section?
Yes.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong.
I don't dress my age all the time.
These are just would you rather.
I don't dress my age all the time.
There is no right or wrong answer.
Apparently there is, because now you're mad.
This one's from @KG_leap in Libra.
Leap in Libra. Leap in Libra. Leap in Libra.
She wants to know, would you rather watch a TV show with your spouse or do yard work?
I'd rather watch a TV show.
I'd rather watch a TV show. That's pretty easy. I don't mind yard work.
That's for you because you do so much yard work.
I don't mind yard work.
And we were always looking for shows to watch together.
Yeah, I don't mind yard work, but okay, just a couple more here, babe.
Yeah, let's finish out with some zingers.
Okay, there's some good ones here. God. This is from one of our puppy followers @Emmett.Wayne_Bulldog. This is from Emmett Wayne the Bulldog. Would you rather slide down a razor blade naked or put ghost pepper sauce in your eye?
Oh gosh, no. This is what men do. This is why I don't like playing Would You Rather. I'm not picking one. That's awful. God, now I'm thinking about it. Oh God, no. This is why I don't play these games. I'm mad at you even for reading that out loud.
Okay. I would rather do neither one of those.
Oh, that's horrible.
The razor blade naked.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Does not sound like a good
I don't
option.
want to talk about it.
Neither does the ghost pepper sauce, but give me the ghost pepper sauce.
No, that's awful. You could blind yourself.
Well, better than lopping your nuts off. Okay, this one is from @Kristen_Dags. Would you rather give up drinking Starbucks or alcohol?
Starbucks.
You give up coffee before booze?
She didn't say coffee. She said Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Kristen, technicality there. What if I changed it? Would you rather give up coffee or booze?
Coffee.
Wow.
What?
It's bold.
Are you judging? Are you going to give up alcohol married to me? No.
Not anytime. Not anytime soon. Okay, one more. Would you rather eat at Oaked Barbecue Restaurant or at Big Al's Down the Hatch?
See, now that's not nice. That's not
my
nice.
man.
Nobody should have to choose.
Hey,
just take turns.
I've been to my man. Well, when my man was down on McKinney Avenue Tavern, I went there several times, and it was outstanding.
It was.
He had great food.
And he still does. It's just in Waxahachie, Texas.
We hadn't been down there, though, since
my birthday a couple years ago. It's far.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
From us, it is far.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. Thank you for that. I did.
Thank you, listeners. That was awesome. That was fun.
It took I don't know how much time we have left in this podcast. You might want to save the letters from stuff to do that big contest we're doing.
Well, it takes 2 seconds to explain.
Okay.
Do that, and then we'll
I was
bring it home.
Sure, you're directing this.
I am. Call me Captain Kirk. You're Spock. Read that, Spock.
Why can't I be like this? What was the sexy sidekick on there? I can't remember. I don't watch enough.
I wasn't a Trekkie. I just knew Captain Kirk and Spock.
So I get to be the pointy ear.
Yeah.
Nanu.
Leonard. Well, he wasn't Nanu. That was Mork.
That was Mork.
This was.
I'll be Mindy. Why can't we be Mork and Mindy?
Well, they were just silly.
Oh.
And plus, they didn't go anywhere.
Why can't we be Princess Leia and Han Solo?
We can be Han and Leia. Okay, Leia, go.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. So you've heard us talk about Brooklinen before, the home of the internet's favorite sheets that we sleep on every single night. But they're towels. I just dried my body with my Brooklinen towel tonight before we started recording this podcast. Also amazing. Brooklinen gives your daily routines just a little something extra with, different levels of plushness. Some people don't like a really thick plush towel. They want one a little bit thinner. And that's the beauty of Brooklinen. You can choose the level of plushness and just wrap it around you. It's like a little spa experience every time you get out of the bath. And I have been looking for ways, as many people have, to make their home more of a cozy haven because we're spending more and more time there. And they said, I was reading a study the other day, that all this time in quarantine has not made us turn against our home and resent it. We're all starting to realize we really love our homes and we want to make them even cozier. And that's what the beauty is of Brooklinen.
Lots of nesting.
A lot of nesting. And if you want to do cozy right, and Brooklinen is where you need to come for all those needs for your bathroom. They also have the plush robes and things like that. A lot of great gift ideas on Brooklinen. So treat yourself in the bedroom and in the bathroom with Brooklinen sheets, and now also with their beautiful, luxurious towels.
And Brooklinen is the perfect place to find all the comforts of home, including ultra soft towels. Brooklinen is so confident in their product that everything comes with a lifetime warranty.
You can't find that everywhere.
That's a long time. Lifetime's a long time. Use promo code Kelly.
That's right. It's been Kelly for quite some time.
Kellie.
But my husband's always surprised that it's still Kelly.
For 10% off your first order at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Kelly. KELLIE. Brooklinen. Everything you need to live your most comfortable life.
And as Alan has let everyone know, comfort is very, very important
Very
to me.
important. Very important.
It is.
We love Brooklyn, and even though they don't love me.
Aw, come on.
Just kidding. Okay, let's do, these are two short letters.
Okay.
And then we'll finish with the new contest we have. Was it a contest or a bit?
It's kind of a fun little thing.
Okay, fun little thing. Okay. I got an email from somebody, and it just really touched me. And it's short, but it hit me in the feels. And I thought I would read it because you never know the buffoonery you do in life, if it has any effect or you're helping anybody. You know, we've talked about that. You know a lot more about this than I do, but sometimes, you know, I like to get on here, have fun, just be stupid. But I don't know. Sometimes it helps people. And here's an example. I got a letter from this young woman. I'm not going to read her name. Her name is Leah on here. She says, Alan and Kelly, yesterday I sent Alan a message on Instagram about how you should get the real Presidente Sean on the podcast because your impressions always make me laugh. And I remember I was at Marshall's and I was returning something and I was checking my DMs and I got this DM. And when she told me that, I started to send her voice clips. I was standing there in line and I started doing voice memos of El Presidente and President Trump. So she says, well, then you sent me a voice clip of one of your impressions of Presidente Sean and President Trump. I laughed so hard that afternoon about them. What you didn't know is that we had found out this week that my mother-in-law had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and we are really struggling with this news. She has such a big role in the lives of my girls and ours. Thank you for taking the time to make me laugh and brighten my day. Love you both. Leah. P.S. She's great. I've been listening to Kelly since 1492. But Kelly, let him cuss and do the impressions. That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
Oh.
1492, huh?
Leah, glad we could.
That's all right.
Glad we could.
I'm sorry about your
make you
mother.
laugh. Yeah,
I
sorry about your mom.
hope she has healing, complete healing.
Yes. And then here's another letter. This one I've had for a while. I've held on to it. Well, not about a week. This one's from.
I've had this letter forever. About a week.
This one's from Hannah. The subject is dog/child advice. Hey, Kelly and Alan, I could use some advice. I have an almost 2-year-old. When we visit my boyfriend's house, she loves playing with his dog. This dog is very well behaved, and I would never before have imagined her to be aggressive. She allows my daughter to pet her, and I watch her very carefully. And when she gets in the dog's face, my daughter loves giving this dog a hug. I let her know to give the dog space. The dog growls at her and has even sniffed at her before. It scares her more than hurt her, but I still felt guilt. Is there something I need to do in regards to my daughter and or the dog? Is this just a helpless scenario where she can't be around the dog? Help, Hannah.
You've been the one reading Caesar's book. I mean, you know better than me. I had my daughter. Well, before I had him, Kelly, I had a dog named George. He was a little Yorkie poo-poo. He was a tiny little thing. And he loved her. And one time he bit her. And I did not punish him because she sat on him. And he was trying to get her off of him because I think he was afraid he was going to suffocate. And that's the only time he ever did. And I didn't punish him for defending himself. He just nipped her on the arm to get her off. But he never exhibited he never growled at her. He never did that to her when she went around. That was the one and only time. So I've never had to deal with that. Does Caesar address that in his book? Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to come on here. And if you're having a behavioral problem with your dog, talk to a professional. You ask me though, I'll give you my opinion.
Because you've read Caesar Milan's book.
I'll give you my opinion about like what I've read. Now, you said that your daughter loves playing with the dog. The dog is very well behaved, and I would never before have imagined her to be aggressive. She allows my daughter to pet her, and I watch her very carefully. Okay, and when she gets in the dog's face, my daughter loves giving the dog a hug. I let her know to give the dog space. Okay, so here's what I think. I'm just kind of reading into what you told me. The first thing you got to remember, children move different, look different, sound different, smell different to a dog than an adult does. They're just different. Like a dog sees a child as somebody that's a little more erratic in their behavior than an adult. So the dog is going to act differently, just kind of behaviorally, naturally towards children.
He's on guard more.
Yeah, than they do to their adults masters. So the first thing I would say is remember that a dog is always just a little more on edge when there are kids around. Now, that doesn't mean dogs and kids can't coexist. Dogs, generally speaking, don't like anybody to get in their face, because when a dog gets in the face of another dog, that's usually a sign of
aggression.
A confrontation or aggression. So the dog could be thinking, okay, here's this small creature that I see sometimes. I'm okay with it sometimes, but now, she's getting in my face, and I just don't like that. So that could be what's going on here. That doesn't mean it's okay, but that's what the dog is, in my opinion, probably thinking. So what do you do? Talk to your child about how to properly pet the dog and play with the dog. Dogs are usually fine with kids as long as the kid isn't pulling on them or getting in their face or hugging them too hard or anything like that. So,
but the face should maybe be off limits if he's growling.
I would, any child, I wouldn't advise a kid to get in the face of another dog, because you're putting that dog on alert.
See, I didn't know that until Alan read the seizure books, because I love kissing on our dogs. I kiss them all the time.
And sometimes it's fine.
But I look at Zoe, our Schnauzer, and she lets me do it, but she's kind of looking at me. I'm like, I tell Alan, one day she's going to haul off and bite me in the face.
No,
I just know she's going to haul off and bite me in the face. It's going to be my fault, because it's like, she's put up with it long enough. One day I'm going to kiss her too much.
And the reason I don't think, when I say no, I don't think that'll happen to Kelly, is because the second part of this would be, as your child gets older, take that dog on a walk with your child. Let your child hold the leash and lead the dog around and walk the dog. The dog will then understand, oh, okay, this isn't this creature that comes over and gets in my face and hugs me real hard. This is somebody I'm supposed to follow.
Yeah.
And once the dog understands, okay, I follow these two adults, I'm also supposed to follow the child, that dog will let the kid do anything.
That's the thing we noticed, because Larry, our rescue, had so many issues with Emma Kelly. My daughter, she's 13 now. And it was really awful. And there was nothing Emma Kelly did. She didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything. No.
He was just awful to her. And one of the solutions we found was, Emma Kelly, you need to take him for a walk. He needs to understand that you're kind of like in charge here. And dogs do fall into line eventually. It took a while for him to work it out with Zoe, but Larry he's improved immensely with regular walks. It has made a night and day difference.
Oh, totally.
Night and day difference.
That's usually the first thing you got to ask yourself if you're having a dog problem. Am I taking my dog on enough walks? Is that dog getting burning off enough energy so that when people are around, it's calm, it's in a submissive, calm state?
Now with Zoe, we could walk her 24 hours a day and she's still going to have a lot of energy.
Zoe's got a lot of motor, But nipping at a kid, biting a child is never okay.
No, you don't want it to get too far, and then you'll really have an issue.
Yeah, but always try to think of it from the dog's perspective. I know that's hard, but dogs, a lot of people think they're kids. They're not kids. They're animals.
We put our human emotions on dogs. That's the most helpful thing that I think I got out of Alan's reading the books, because I didn't read them. He would just tell me this stuff. But we put our human emotions on these dogs, and it's just not that way. We think dogs get their feelings hurt. When, my mother, we were talking about crate training, and I used to be the same way as my mother. I thought it was cruel to crate train a dog and put a dog in a crate. I just thought it was this horrible thing. And when Alan said we can get a dog, but the only way is we're going to crate train it, I'm like, that's just so awful. Well, come to find out, they love their crates.
Absolutely love it.
I just say, go get in your crate. And Larry just, he gets to go. And now Zoe's going in. It's just in the middle of the day. They take naps in there. We leave the door open all day, and they just go in there and sleep.
Yep.
And it's just because I was putting my human emotions on the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Get Caesar Milan's book. That might help her too, right?
Yeah, Caesar's Way is the one I read.
Caesar's Way.
And it's really great. But again, I am not a professional dog trainer.
We just read books.
I've read a lot about it. And I used what Caesar prescribed with both our dogs. And we have, like Kelly said, the biggest change in Larry.
But you can't expect it to happen in 1 week.
It does not happen overnight. Dogs aren't something, they're not like an appliance. You don't send it to somebody and it comes back fixed.
Well, some people do that. They send them off to doggy training school, and they're gone for how long? It's a while. And then you have to come back, you have to reinforce. course.
Caesar says that all the time. You're not fixing your dog. They're not machines. They're living beings, but you're rehabilitating. You're not even training the dog. You're rehabilitating the dog to understand, oh, this is a pack. I'm the submissive one here. These are my pack leaders. Training it to think that this is the pack.
That's why it's good to take them to dog parks.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we've done the letters. We've done the would you rathers. And now we've got, I don't know if you call it a contest, but it's a thing we're doing.
How sustainable is this thing?
It's not going to be very long. We'll just do maybe a couple of podcasts.
But do you think we have enough? Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let's just say, we're going to flesh this out.
Kelly's going to explain this.
So,
she knows all the details.
Many, many months ago, in the land before COVID-19, I worked with a man on our radio show named Trey. And Trey was on the radio and he was talking about how he got an Instant Pot for his wedding gift. And he and his wife, Kara, use that Instant Pot practically on a daily basis. They love it. He went on and on and on about this Instant Pot. And I said, I need to get an Instant Pot. But knowing me, I'm like, we got 4 kids and there's 2 of us. I'm going to get the biggest one they've got. So I got the jumbo Instant Pot that could feed up to probably 20 people. I don't know. That's probably an exaggeration. But I'm scared of it. I've never used it. And I went on YouTube and I watched another professional chef say, hey, I'll be honest. I had this Instant Pot for 6 months and I was scared to use it. I didn't know what to do with it. But now I love it. So I watched him cook something. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use this Instant Pot and I'm going to cook all these great meals. Well, 99% of the time, Emma Kelly wants Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. And Alan is just like, I'll eat if I'm not making my chicken cabbage stuff, or he's eating ramen or grilling. I've never used the Instant Pot is the point. Never.
Not one time.
Not one time.
Has it come out of the box?
Yes, I took it out of the box. I washed all the pieces to it. It's very clean. And then I left it on the counter thinking if I leave it on, but it's magnanimous. It's big.
Does it have its documentation?
Yeah, it should. But even if you don't, you can order it online.
True.
But I think I have all of that. Anyway, but I don't have the box because I threw it away because I was keeping my Instant Pot. So months have passed and I'm like, I'm never going to use this Instant Pot. But then I saw somebody talking about an air fryer. I said, but I really want an air fryer. But Alan, he's already mad at me for spending all this money on an Instant Pot that I've never used. Now he's like, so now you're bringing home an air fryer that you just bought you're never going to use?
And I'm sure it's as magnanimous as the pressure cooker.
I didn't get the biggest jumbo one this time, Alan.
How big is this thing?
It's
where is
big.
it?
It's where the Instant Pot was.
Where's the Instant Pot?
The Instant Pot's in a box in the corner in the front living room.
It's in the living room now.
Well, because where else am I going to put it? It's so big. So here's what. So Alan was so mad at me for wasting money on buying an air fryer, which he's convinced I'm never going to use, like the Instant Pot. I said, well, what if we do like a podcast bit where we used to do on the radio? We'll do a tradio. It's where you trade. What will you trade us for my Instant Pot that I've never used? And Alan suddenly thought that was a great idea, and he stopped being mad at me.
I wasn't mad.
He was a little mad.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, why are you buying another appliance? We don't use the other one.
At the beginning of quarantine, he was like, you're going to learn how to use that Instant Pot and cook with it. You paid all that money. I was like, okay. And I never did.
Not one time.
Not once. So it's clean.
But you get that crock pot out and pour 3 gallons of Worcestershire sauce in it.
Why are you bringing that up?
Well,
now?
I don't know.
Why are you bringing that
up? I don't
up?
know.
What does that have to do with anything?
Just to be an asshole.
That was very asshole-ish. So here's the bit. It's the thing.
Here's the bit.
If you maybe you've got something in, I'm getting ready to have a swap party this weekend. And, we swap our stuff. We swap shoes that we bought maybe on sale and they don't really fit, or, clothes that we can't wear anymore. Kids are outgrown. And I'm like, I could swap that Instant Pot and somebody would be getting a great thing because that thing's a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I was like, why don't we do this, a little swap party for our podcast
okay, so how
family?
is this going to work?
What are you going to trade us for our Instant Pot?
I understand, but what are the logistics? What do they do? Do they
tell us what you're going to trade us?
I know, but there's got to be something
we pick
more
which one
to
we
this.
like. And then they're going to get the Instant Pot.
So do they take a photo, post it on social media, tag us so we can see it?
I don't know. You decide that part.
So you're coming on here with a contest, but we don't have the rules of the contest.
It's not really a contest. It's just a thing.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
So what are you going to trade us?
What are you going to trade us?
What are you going to trade us for the Instant Pot?
Okay.
And then I'll let, because Alan's been so gracious to not yell at me about it and let me get a fryer. You get to pick the nicest thing somebody wants to trade you for it.
Okay. So I guess you can do it whatever way you like, good listener. You can post your thing you would trade us for the Instapot on social media, tag at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' and Kelly and I so we can see it. Or
email.
You can email us at podcast@kellyandalan.com.
Yeah.
Those are your two easiest ways, right?
Easy
there.
breezy.
And we will go through whatever it is you have to trade. We will select a winner.
And you could have a brand new, no box, I'm sorry, Instant Pot, but I did wash it.
And then we will meet you somewhere to trade, to complete the barter, I guess.
The swap.
The swap. We will do some swapping. We will perhaps have a photo op. And then we'll be on our merry way.
Yeah, maybe we'll even have a little cocktail or something.
We may give you some swag. I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Wow, I'm just giving you like a $200 never been used Instant Pot.
There you go.
I think that's a great idea. We used to do this in high school. I don't know how it's called Bigger or Better. Have you ever done Bigger or Better?
Mm-mm.
This is back in the day when I was in high school. You know, I graduated in 1984. I know if you've been listening to me since, 1492. I graduated high school in 1984. So in the early 80s, I was in a youth department at the Florence Baptist Temple, and we do this thing where you break up in groups of 2, 4 people, whatever, and you were given a penny. Your group was given a penny, and you'd go to a neighborhood and you'd knock on a door and you say, "Hey, what will you trade me for this penny?" And they give you something, and it might just be like a pencil. Okay, thank you so much. You go to the next house in the neighborhood. "Hey, we're doing this thing. What will you trade me for the pencil?" Yeah. Bigger. It's just got to be bigger or better.
And then before you know it, you own a cruise ship.
And before you know it, and then you have to be back at the church at a certain time, like at 10 o'clock at night or whatever, when the evening was wrapping. And whoever had when everybody vote on who had the bigger or better thing. Now, it could have been a wristwatch that was very valuable because, it's not the person that traded you that watch wasn't getting the penny. By that point, it got bigger and better and bigger and better until then finally people would come in with the craziest stuff. So
no, wait a second. We might be developing a bit as we go along. We do the trade, and then we try to trade bigger and better each time.
Oh, so now you're liking it even better now.
So say just hypothetically.
Let's start with this.
Say hypothetically, somebody says, and this wouldn't be the trade, but someone says, "I'll trade you a bicycle for your Instapot." We're like, okay, sure. So we take the bicycle. Now the bicycle is up for trade. What will you trade us for this bicycle, listener?
Yeah,
bigger
and better.
Then somebody trades us a horse.
Yeah.
And we have a horse.
But you can't go knocking on people's doors anymore. That was my point about the youth activity. Things you used to can get away with, you can't do now because people will shoot you for, ringing the doorbell in the middle of the night. But anyway, that was fun. They will. People are crazy.
Oh, in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Well, it'd be like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we'd have to run back to the church with our things.
Yeah. No,
so anyway, it's called Bigger or Better.
We're just going to do a trade, and we'll probably select based on our need, right?
Right. Well, I was going to let you do it because you were being so nice and not yelling at me too much.
Oh, so I'm the one that's going to select.
It can be whatever you want.
Well, see, there's a big detail there because the listener will probably pick something that they think either one of us will like or both of us will like. But you're saying it's what I like?
You can pick. It can be, maybe you'll say, you know what, they're wanting to trade something that Kelly would really like. I'll choose that. I don't care. I'm going to let you pick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we'll just go from there. So you can tag us on social media or you can email us, either one. What will you trade us for a brand new, never used, but no box, jumbo size Instant Pot?
Not even gently used.
Never used.
Never. Not one time.
But I am going to use the air fryer. I am. Big Al even used his air fryer.
My man.
He air fried chicken and said it was so delicious.
And it looked good.
He had it for supper and for breakfast this morning.
So wait a second.
I heard you can air fry fish in it, so I'm going to try. I just got to get it out and use it.
Okay, so just one more thing, because Jerome is wondering if we're ever going to bring it home.
We've been talking a long time.
Big Al Mac has made more good, hot, home-cooked meals that I see on his social media than, I don't know, than we've seen here at Evans Manor in the last 3 years.
That's true. He's lonely.
My man.
He doesn't have children that he remembers at 10:30 at night as you're going to bed. Oh, I forgot to pack their lunches.
And I'm in there snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All
I'll
right.
try to do better. Cooking's just not my thing.
Well,
It's really not my thing.
I'm
I'm
interested to see how the air fryer works.
I'm interested to see what somebody's going to trade us for that Instant Pot.
No, here's the deal. I'm interested to see if the air fryer ever works.
Alan, I'll do it.
Based on history. I'm just
I'll
going
do
based
it.
on history.
I'll do it.
Okay. All right. You got anything else?
No, I'm done. I've
done?
talked out.
You done with me? Done with this?
I need a little something to
Just
eat. Yeah, I didn't really eat
DQ?
supper.
DQ?
Babe,
Oh.
no. It's too late for that.
It's not Red Mountain approved.
That's right.
Hashtag ad. All right, babe. Well, this was fun. We did a lot of fun stuff tonight, I think.
We talked a long time.
In my opinion. Hey, you got to give the listener podcast value on International Podcast Day.
Okay. Well, the day after. When you
And that's what we did. Remember when we first started?
Oh, my gosh.
No, real
I was
quick.
saying goodbye.
Okay, just real quick, and then we'll stop. When we first started doing ads,
It was horrible.
some people were like, I can't believe you guys are doing ads. Why are you doing ads? And I would calculate the number of minutes we talked and the number of minutes of ads we had and give them the percentage of the amount of content that they get
Right.
versus the amount of ads.
Right.
And then that kind of stuff.
And you were such a jerk about it.
I was.
You had such an ad. You were
I did.
snarly.
I did because it was like 94
You were so snarly.
It was like 94.6%
Right.
content.
But I remember when we did get our first sponsor that I talked and talked and talked about it
Oh
the
my
entire podcast.
gosh.
I was so excited. Like I did a 30-minute commercial for them.
They got $1,000 worth of
Well, not at the
advertising.
time because we didn't have as big of an audience.
Yeah.
But they definitely got their money's worth out of that podcast. That was a long time ago. We've been doing this 3 years, believe it or not.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out so long tonight. We're gonna call it a night, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little something to eat and go to bed.
Okay. You don't think Donald's gonna come back in here and yell at us for talking too much, do you?
I hope not.
All right.
And it's Mr. President.
It's Mr.
too.
President. Well, apparently you can call him clown.
No, that's
You
not
can call
nice.
him a lot of things that aren't very nice.
Not respectful.
That is not. But what is respectful is to say I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners
I
desperately.
love y'all.
I love International Podcast Day desperately.
Until next year.
And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. Not next year, next week. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. We've done longer, but we've done shorter.
Did you forget to send the podcast to Blake last week?
You know, I thought I did it, but apparently it didn't go through when I clicked submit. So it was just sitting on in my browser. So I just clicked submit again and it went. It was a little bit of user error, which sometimes happens. Let's be real. It does sometimes happen. Yeah. Michael said, keep trading bigger and better until you get an RV.
Yeah, right. It was really incredible the things we used to come back to church with. We were like, what? You can't believe it. Because people are just like getting rid of stuff and they're like, oh yeah. Can you take a boat? I mean, it'd be like, but by that point you're trading, like you start, like I said, with a penny, you trade it for a pen, you trade it for an old wallet, you trade it for a handbag, you trade it for a piece of luggage, you trade it for, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, it's crazy. It was fun.
Joan B says, please say hi to her hubby, Fabian.
Hey, Fabian.
Hello, Fabian, my man. Carmen Michelle Humphreys, Kirk. Love you too. Love you desperately. I love your avatar. It looks like, I need my glasses. It looks like it might be Yoda. Is that Yoda? Is that Yoda? I can't see. It looks like it might be Yoda.
I don't think that's Yoda.
That's not Yoda?
Maybe it is.
I can't tell. I don't
Can you make it bigger?
I don't have my spectacles. No, I don't have my spectacles in here.
I don't know.
Yeah. Carmen Michelle Humphreys Kirk, yours. Is that Yoda? Bethany said, wish her son Jax a happy 12th birthday.
Happy 12th. birthday.
He's Cole's age. Happy birthday, my man Jax. Oh. Wow. I was off. You know what she said it is? She said it's a donut with strawberry icing with a strawberry on top. I thought it was Yoda.
It's like this big. Yeah, it's so tiny.
Y'all's pictures are like so small I can't even see them. Thanks, Stronger, Wiser M. Oh, birthdays. Birthdays next week. What? Anna Champion? Do you know a guy named Sam, Anna? We have a friend named Sam. Do you know a guy named Sam Dugan? Or are you just another listener from New Zealand? We need to know. Angie's on the 10th. Bethany's is on the 6th. All right. And Michael, is your birthday next week? Is that what she said? Michael's on the 7th. Okay, so we got Bethany, then Michael, then Angie. Wow. No, you're not. No way. You're not turning. Are you doing a bit, Michael? Bethany, isn't he nice? Sam's great. That's crazy. Anna's from New Zealand too. But she doesn't know Sam.
And they're there now?
Yeah, she's in New Zealand.
Well, that's kind of like, I'm in America. I'm in America too.
Yeah, but there's more freaking sheep in New Zealand than are people.
Well, I mean, but how close are they to each other?
I don't know. That's crazy. She said she used to go to high school in DFW. How about that? Yeah, Tony, I've been farting around with it lately. I just was messing with it today. We'll do a song again sometime. I just haven't been playing. Michael looks young. I can't believe you're turning 40, Michael. That's crazy. Telling you what, that's why dudes need to keep up a skincare routine. You always keep people guessing how old you are. Hashtag ad.
Well,
Atomic Beauty.
I look really good for being born in 1492.
I've been listening to Kelly since 1492. That's a long freaking time ago. God. Usually I just say something stupid like 1932 or 1651. She went to 1492. I wonder if they'll catch on to the bit now. And it's like, how far back can you go? Well, I've been listening since 60 BC. I love you so good. You're just so creamy.
Yeah.
How creamy. How creamy she is. I just love her. Thank you, Bethany. Bethany said you look super young.
Thank you.
Michael said you look radiant for being at least 528 years old.
I know, right? I need to do my roots. I did not have time, but I've got a super long day tomorrow. So I went ahead and took a shower. I'll probably tan my legs in the morning.
Your legs are cold. Why are they so cold?
Well, I guess the fan's blowing on them. How do I do the Tradio? And would you like a brand new Instant Pot?
There you go. What tanner do you use? They want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, I go to Bronzed Babes whenever I'm getting all over tan because she's really great. She's in Frisco and I love her. She's the best. But if I just need to knock the white off my legs, I've tried a lot of things. But now I'm using Saint-Tropez. And I used to put it on with my hands all the time, but I got a mitt and it made a ton of difference to use a tanning mitt. I used to use stuff called the Mermaid Millionaire or something, and I really liked that. But then what'd you forget?
I forgot to talk about Chatty Daddies.
That's okay. You can get it next time.
I did it on social media. But.
You did. It's fine. But it got to be not consistent. I got one bottle one time and the foam was completely flat. It came out like water. And the company was like, it happens. But they replaced it, but I don't know. But the Saint-Tropez, ST, period, TROPEZ. And that's what I've been using with a tanning mitt, but just on my legs. But Bronzed Babes, she actually has a self tanner, and I saw her apply it, and she puts it all over her whole body. So I might try that. Next.
Holly said she is one of our very best customers from West Virginia. She says in all caps, Kelly is what everyone should strive to be and look like.
Well, that's so nice.
That is nice, Holly. What am I, chopped liver? Can't even get my own promo code. How come nobody wants to strive and look like me? Be like me. Yes, promo code chopped liver. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. Yes, promo code chopped liver. Unbelievable.
You're so put upon.
I want to be on the next Brooklinen call.
I haven't had a Brooklinen call in years.
How come we don't have calls with Brooklinen?
Because they're already on board.
I know why. Because I'm never invited.
You're always invited. You never answer the emails. Don't even.
That's your job.
You answer the podcast emails, but you don't.
That's a lot.
Well, you don't ever check it. Quarantine has made Alan slack on his email checking.
Yeah, I'm not a good email checker. You text me.
And I just don't want to bother you, so I do it.
Text is the best way. Email is a whoop. Babe, I've got 30,000 emails in my freaking inbox. Unread. Thank you, Carolyn. Carolyn, that thing is really cool. You saw me on that thing? That Street Strider? I between you and me, I thought it was going to kind of be hokey. Like, I didn't think it was going to work very well. But I got on that thing, and it's smooth. And once you kind of
learn to turn.
Yeah, once you know what you're doing, you lean to turn, like almost like you're skiing. And it goes just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like you're skiing on the cement almost. And then it has 7 different resistance gears. So if you put it on 7, it's like hard to do. So you get a really good workout if you're on a flat road. But then you can put it on 1, and then it's easier to do if you were going up a hill where, it'd be easier, but then you're going up a hill. So you need a little more, less resistance. So it is really, really neat. Now they're not expensive, or they're not inexpensive. They're, I got mine for free. I mean, they gave mine to me so I would post about it and talk about it. But the one I have is, I want to say it's like $1,700. I mean, it is not cheap, but you can also, to, I guess, justify the cost, you could go buy an elliptical, or you could buy this thing and then you could ride it outside, or you could put the back wheel on a stand. So you could do your elliptical inside, like if it's too cold to ride it outside, and get your workout like you're using an elliptical. But the whole point of that machine is to take it out. It's more fun to ride around than it is just to sit in your house and do it. But you could do it either way. But yeah, it's expensive. There's another model that has 3 gears, and it's a little less expensive. And I think there's one above the one I got that has 10 gears. Yeah, it's pretty pricey. But I hear a lot of people have them. I honestly had never heard of these things until this company, they contacted me. It's called Street Strider, streetstrider.com.
Download Best Friends free today.
But they emailed me and said, hey, can we set up a call and talk about this thing? And I said, yeah, sure. And they told me about it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I got it at the house, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But it is actually pretty cool. I was even telling Kelly, I don't even know if I'm going to keep it. I might give it away or sell it. But I did it, and I'm like, I want to keep it. I want to actually do it. Like take it around the neighborhood on a regular schedule. It's a good workout. Hey, we've got enough of those little people running around, Bethany. We're good. Plus, you need to $11.99, Michael. Yeah, I believe that's the one with 3 gears, the 3i. And the one I have is the 7i. And I think there's one that has 10 gears maybe, or 12, something like that.
Okay, I'm done.
All done? All right, guys.
Done. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun. Happy International Podcast Day. We're glad that you guys hang out with us because it's always more fun doing it for people than it would be if we were just sitting here in this room, the two of us.
Yeah. Unless the president interrupts us again.
Kelly.
Or El Presidente.
Hi, Kelly. This is El Presidente, Sean. Boy, the president came in here. He was angry.
He's very angry. He's still grumpy from last night.
Yeah, sure was. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.
We will see you. Busy weekend this weekend. We got the children, so we're going to be running around, but we'll see you next Tuesday. Hey, we're going to Oak. When are we going to Oak, babe?
Tuesday. We'll see you on Monday.
Oh, we'll see you Monday. We're going to Oak on Tuesday to try some food. We're getting closer. Or something. What else are we doing? Yeah, I think that's next week. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.